Hi there. I'm David. Happy that you're here to learn more about SID-Refresh. In this video, I'll be showing you how to export configurations using the tool. Before starting the actual process, it is important to ensure that all the general prerequisites are met to run SID-Refresh without any problems. You can watch this video where I discussed it in detail. Or simply go to our documentation website and navigate to the SID-Refresh section on the user's guide page. Once everything is verified to be working properly, we are now ready to launch SID-Refresh. You have the option to use either the GUI or a console terminal to run the whole procedure using SID-Refresh. But for the sake of this video, we will be using the SID-Refresh GUI to perform the export process. You can launch SID-Refresh in GUI mode by running the following command in a terminal. The next step is to verify or specify the path where R3trans is saved. Upon the initial launch, SID-Refresh will check the environment variables and automatically search for R3trans in the default directory. Here is where it is installed by default. If R3trans is not in the default directory, you should specify the path where it is saved. The next step would be to define the export directory. SID-Refresh will also automatically define a default directory for the export process, but we recommend that you use a different directory, other than the default. You can do that by simply clicking this button, and a pop-up window will appear. Click the New Folder button, change its folder name that you can easily distinguish for later's use, verify the location, and then click Open. Next, select the number of R3trans processes to use. Here, you can select the number of R3trans processes that you want to run simultaneously. By default, the slider is positioned at 1. For this specific example, let's select 5. Then, select the operation that you want to perform. For this specific example, let's select Export Tables. After that, select the components that you want to export. Here is the list of components that are currently available for processing, using SID-Refresh. You can either select all, or do a manual selection. Then click Save. Navigate to the export directory. Define a file name, and click Save. Alternatively, you have the option to load an existing configuration file from a previous run. You do this by clicking the Load button, and selecting the configuration file you saved previously. And for the last step, we are now ready to start the export process. Once you already have selected the component configurations that you want to export, you can click the Start button to execute the export process. Once the execution completes, a pop-up window will appear and tell you that the export is completed. By the way, here is the panel where the logs containing the components with their respective process runtime are displayed. If you encounter an error, you can use these logs to perform troubleshooting if necessary. You can also validate a successful export using the console terminal. All you need to do is navigate to the export directory, and check the log file created. View the content of that log file. It should contain the tables exported after the export process has been completed. Alternatively, you can navigate to the subdirectories containing the actual configuration itself. They should contain the log files and the data files. You can view the log file to further check and see the actions that were generated from each of those configurations. This will create a command file and the data that will be used, in the importing procedure, after the database refresh. That concludes the export process using the SID-Refresh GUI. Do you have other questions not discussed in this video? Contact us or visit our website at www.itconductor.com. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell button, and give us a like. Thank you for watching.